To every woman that's being abused, please comment why. Why do you put yourself through this if you know you're gonna still stay with them? Why do you go through the process of calling the police, going to the hospital, and come back? What's the point of that? Like, I'm not a psychologist, I'm not a scientist, I can't break this shit down to a T for you. That's why I'm asking the question. Like, if it's a money thing in this situation, like, do you value money more than your life? Because next time, he probably could kill you. You know what bothers me? Whenever a high-ranked celebrity faces domestic abuse with his girlfriend, I always see the same pattern. The girlfriend get beat up, she calls the police gets there and arrests the boyfriend. A week later, she recants the statement and then they go back together. It's always the same pattern. Now, this video is not going to be about defending Kevin Porter Jr. I just want to break it down a little bit and play with the idea of why women always go back to their abuser. Now, obviously, it has something to do with the money, because if you're making $30K a year and he's making $17 million a year, that might have an influence on why you choose to keep going back. Now, would I take an uppercut for $30K a month? Probably. But this is not my story. Without further ado, this is a quick synopsis of what happened between Kevin Porter Jr. and his girlfriend, Kayseri Gondrezick. Houston Rockets guard Kevin Porter Jr. alleged attack on his girlfriend in a New York City hotel room left the woman with a fractured vertebrae and a deep cut above her right eye. Prosecutors revealed at his arraignment Tuesday. Porter Jr., 23 years old, pled not guilty to felony assault and strangulation charges in connection with the incident early Monday morning at the Millennium Hilton near the United Nations in Manhattan. So he pled not guilty to felony assault and strangulation. Look, I'm not sure how the court system look at these type of cases, because if you have a woman that called the police on you and accuse you of these accusations, oftentimes when the police officer gets there, their body cam is on and they're recording the conversation that they have with the female.
You're kind of in the head?
Here, my head.
Where your hand is?
Yes.
Is it swollen or anything?
No, it just hurts.
It just hurts?
Yes.
Okay, so he hit you like that. Then how about the lip? How did that happen?
Because how he hit me, like probably like with the hand, but I don't.
So that was one strike?
Yes.
That got both the side of your head and then
This side of my face.
and then came across the side of your face and caught your lip, and your lip like looks like it probably hit your tooth inside your mouth and cause a little abrasion there. Okay.
So for example, when the police arrives, they ask you questions, hey, what happened? And then you go, yeah, he beat me, he strangled me, I thought I was gonna die. Like, they have her on camera saying this. So for Kevin Porter Jr. to plead not guilty to these charges, I don't know how that's gonna fly when they have her on camera saying those things. But that's above my pay grade. I wouldn't know how that works. We move on. According to Kurzer, Porter has a history of abusing Gondrezick. So Gondrezick is his WNBA girlfriend. Wait, if she's an NBA girlfriend, shouldn't she be making money? You're in the WNBA. As a matter of fact, let's look up how much money Kevin Porter Jr. girlfriend making. Because I would assume if she has sponsors or brand deals, she should be making enough money to leave and not be with someone that's fracturing your vertebrae and giving you black eyes. Let's see how much money she makes. So she's 24 years old and she's making, she's making $70,000 a year. It makes sense. The things women do for the money is insane. But I digress. Let's continue. So she's making $70,000 a year. For some reason, she was the 4th round pick in 2021, and a year later she retires. Did she retire because she met Kevin Porter Jr.? Because I'm pretty sure Kevin Porter Jr. is making like $15 million a year. Let me see how much So Kevin Porter Jr. annually is making $15.8 million a year. So she's making $70K, he's making $15 million. Now, I know this is not a popular opinion, but I'm pretty sure she's staying because of the bag. She's staying because of the money. Let's just call it what it is. Because if it was a guy that was making $60K a year, I don't think she would have stayed in a relationship where she's being strangled and a nigga breaking her vertebrae. Let's continue. According to reports, Porter has a history of abusing Gondrezick, including an incident which he rammed his car into hers. Porter is due back in Manhattan on October 16. The Rockets are scheduled to play a preseason game that day in San Antonio, with their regular season tipping off about 2 weeks later. Now, the Rockets are definitely gonna try to trade him because they don't like that type of bad publicity involving their players. Stephen A. Smith even went out on his own channel and said that if the reports are true, he should be arrested.
Houston Rockets point guard Kevin Porter Jr. was arrested for allegedly assaulting his girlfriend, WNBA player Kaiser Gondrezick. Ladies and gentlemen, he should be in jail. He should not only be in jail, Tillman Fertitta, Ime Udoka, the new coach, the Fertitta family, it should be announced that he's no longer a member of the Houston Rockets effective immediately. The NBA should adopt the NFL's rule as it pertains to literally prohibiting you from participating, wearing an NBA uniform, being inside an NBA arena, playing on an NBA basketball court until the investigation is complete.
And you know, Stephen A has a huge brand behind his name. So whenever Stephen A says something, everybody sees it. And sometimes I feel like they use Stephen A Smith to project an idea to the public to see how they would react. And if they get a good reaction out of that statement Stephen A Smith says, that's when they start putting into action. So if the public react in a positive way to Stephen A Smith saying the NBA should ban Kevin Porter Jr., I promise you, the NBA will reinforce that idea. But we continue. According to a criminal complaint, Gondrezick, which is Kevin Porter Jr.'s girlfriend, told police that Porter punched her repeatedly in the face with a closed fist, causing an inch-long gash above the right eye, bruising and substantial pain to her face. Now, she's told the police this. Gondrezick said Porter also wrapped his hand around her neck and strangled her, causing her to have difficulty breathing, redness and bruising to her neck, and loss of motions to her left arm. Damn, that's crazy. I never understood how guys rage to a point where they're choking out a woman or they beating up a woman. I never understood that type of rage, especially if she doesn't have like a gun or a knife threatening you. How do you just lash out like that? Anyways, hospital testing showed that Gondrezick sustained a fracture to one of the vertebrae in her neck, the criminal complaint says. That is insane. Porter and Gondrezick started dating in February 2022, according to an anniversary message she posted on X, the social media site formerly known as Twitter. Gondrezick, the fourth pick in the 2021 NBA draft, played one season for the Indiana Fever and is currently a free agent. She is also an actress and model. What the fuck? So she was the fourth pick in 2021 in the WNBA draft, played one season for the Indiana Fever, and is currently a free agent. I don't know how that happens, because usually in the NBA, if you get fourth pick, you get all type of sponsored deal, making millions. But for some reason, she's making $70K a year. At this point, you might as well fucking be a construction worker, to be honest with you. But we move on. So after Porter got arrested, he was released on a $75,000 bond, basically her yearly salary, and the judge granted a full temporary restraining order against him. And he's due back in court in October 16th. Now, here's the interesting part in all of this. So after she called the police on him, after she went to the hospital, after they got her on body camera saying what he did to her, her lawyer says this. She asks everyone to respect her privacy and avoid speculation as to what occurred and refrain from disclosing any misleading statement as to Mr. Porter. She asks that the press and all officials refrain from any judgment and speculation on this matter, which will be rectified properly and with integrity. And she also says, and apparently there was a source, quote unquote, obviously it's her telling people to put this out, but there was a source close to Gondrezick exclusively tells the Post that she has not made a statement to the cops about the incident, and her lawyer further says that what has been reported from her side is misleading and inaccurate without elaborating on specifics. Now, obviously, with this whole situation going on, it's clear that she realized her calling the police is gonna ruin his career. Her calling the police is gonna ruin that $15 million check that she had access to. Her calling the police is gonna ruin this man's life. So she wanted to recant the statement. She's trying to rectify the situation and try to put him in a positive light. But like I said before, you called the police, they got you on camera, you went to the hospital, he got arrested. The damage is done. There's nothing you could do to rectify this whole situation. Again, I'm not here to defend Kevin Porter Jr. If he is guilty of those crimes, I think he should go to jail and actually be banned. I don't condone women violence at all. And I don't think we should take it lightly as a society. But to every woman that's being abused, please comment why. Why do you put yourself through this if you know you're gonna still stay with them? Why do you go through the process of calling the police, going to the hospital, and come back? What's the point of that? Like, I'm not a psychologist. I'm not a scientist. I can't break this shit down to a T for you. That's why I'm asking the question. Why do you play that game? If you know you're not gonna leave, why go through that process? Like, if it's a money thing in this situation, like, do you value money more than your life? Because next time, he probably could kill you. Next time, you probably could never play in the NBA again. Next time, you could lose your job. Why go through the process? Why not just leave? Now, I know there's something called Stockholm Syndrome. It's where it's where a person get attached or grow a bond to their abuser, or by definition, their kidnapper, therefore making them more vulnerable and more susceptible to additional abuse. Now, me being a logical person, I understand that love does not directly correspond with abuse. You can't kick me in the balls and tell me you love me afterwards. It doesn't work like that. Now, that's just my logic. That's just my little Negro brain rationalizing this shit. But I have nothing else to say. These bitches make me sick. And with that being said, I'm out. If you like that video, I'm trying to get to 10,000 subscribers. So like, share, and subscribe and get me there. Thank you.